Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Kelvin of We Do Movies, and I'm back with another movie review. This one is for Avengers Infinity War. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Well, you guys are used to seeing my face, but then I went to the audio, but my audio is down, so now I'm back in front of the camera just to talk about Avengers Infinity War. Just think, this all started from Iron Man, and this is 10 years, and now we get Avengers Infinity War. And I'm just going to come out and say it. This movie was amazing. This is one of the very few event films that I can say that you felt every single emotion. There was one minute you were laughing. There was one moment that you would be scared. There's one moment you're excited because you're seeing all of these characters back and like the ones that we were introduced to, like Black Panther and just other characters, from Civil War and everything like that. We got to see them again. This was a great movie. I don't even know what else I can say, One thing that I really did enjoy about this movie is that this movie is basically told through the eyes of Thanos. And if MCU was worried about a villain problem as far as the MCU cinematic universe, whatever they call it, And I think one of their better villains was Killmonger. A lot of people agree with me on that. A lot of people say Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. But I think Thanos, it's like, he's a villain, but then it's like, is he really a villain? Or is it just his methods that make him a villain? And I think that's what we have to kind of look at and decide, because it's like, yeah, it's cool in theory, but it's like, and you kind of get what he's talking about, but at the end of the day, it's like, nah, you can't be doing all of that. Come on, Thanos. Like, no. This, I don't know, but I think he was the best, hands down. I think he's the best villain that MCU has ever had. This movie is going to shock a lot of people. When I went to go see this movie, when everything happened and them end credits rolled up, nobody was talking. I mean, absolutely nobody. And I just think because we did not expect to see what we saw. I can't even talk right now. This is how this movie made me feel. I just had a conversation with one of my friends, and I told him, I said, this movie to me, I think, is the best event film I have ever seen. And I'll go on record as to say that the Marvel MCU are the best event films ever. And I say that, and I know everybody's going to say, well, what about Indiana Jones? What about Star Wars? And what about Star Trek? And what about this? And what about Lord of the Rings? And what about this, and that? Well, here's why I say that. When I was a kid, I remember Star Wars. I didn't start really getting into Star Wars until being a little bit older and appreciating it more. Do I remember having Star Wars toys when I was a kid? Yes. I mean, I've had Superman bed sheets, but I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I think because I have been a Marvel comic book reader, and because this cinematic universe started with Iron Man, it has made me grow with this. I have grown with these movies. I have seen every MCU movie that they have put out. I've seen them all, probably more than once. And I'm invested. And when this movie comes on, you're put in that spot again. I'm invested in Iron Man. I'm invested in Black Panther. I'm invested in Thor. I'm invested in Doctor Strange. I'm invested in Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm invested with War Machine. I'm invested with Falcon and Captain America. Like, I'm super invested in these characters that when things go down and we're seeing things that just totally blows our mind, I'm left in a shell shock because now, of course, don't get me wrong. We all know there's going to be another Avengers movie. They're already working on one now, but it's just like to see what happens. It's just like mind blowing, and you're just like, oh my God, I cannot believe this happened. So, if you guys are having thoughts about seeing this movie or thinking about seeing it, don't think, just go. This is one of the best films I've seen this year. Hands down, one of the best films I've seen this year. And if it keeps going, Black Panther, Infinity War, that's two great movies already. And they're both Marvel films. And I think right now, because Marvel is constantly hitting it out the park, that there should be no more conversation about comic book fatigue and how the comic book stuff is going to fade out. Because with the success of Black Panther, not even just Black Panther, but the success of the whole MCU, then you have the success of Black Panther. Now you're going to have this success with Infinity War. There should be no more conversations about comic book fatigue. But that's just how I feel. You guys tell me how you feel. Hit me up on We Do Movies on Facebook. Comment on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the We Do Movies YouTube page as well. And until then, we'll see you next time. Peace.